Donte DiVincenzo was a guy that I thought the Golden State Warriors would want to keep, as he was actually one of their more valuable veterans last year. And I do know that his current contract situation does give him the option. This past season, in 26 minutes a night with Golden State, after spending 4 years with Milwaukee and 1 year with Sacramento, he goes over to Golden State, plays a career high 72 games, averages basically 3.5 assists, 4.5 rebounds, 9.5 points, shot 44% from the field, and while also shooting from three, 39% on 5 attempts a game. And Donte DiVincenzo is a guy who's a savvy defender with active hands that allows him to not only, play against small players, but hold his own against bigger players. He's a good rebounding guard, and he can defend 1 through 3. But they drafted Brandon Podziemski, who I interviewed, and Pa even compared himself to Donte DiVincenzo. And DiVincenzo is a guy I really liked. He signed a 2-year deal with the second year being a player option. So if he wanted to, he could basically opt out because he's due to make $4.6 million on that player option. We're hearing that he's drawing interest from the New York Knicks. So let me hear your thoughts. What would you offer him? Several members of the New York Knicks organization are interested in signing Donte DiVincenzo. Sources told Ian Begley of SNY. Sportsnet. I think it's Sports New York, right? And DiVincenzo has a player option. We assumed he was going to pick it up, but the Knicks do have the non-taxpayer exception, which allows them to go out and use up to $12.2 million this season. Now, they don't have to use the full 12.2, but they could, signal that, hey, we'll give you a 2-year, $12 million deal, with the second year being a player option. So instead of making 4.6 this year, Donte could make $6 million this coming year if he opts out, which again is always a possibility. I truly thought DiVincenzo would stay, but I, at this point, would not be surprised if he didn't. What are your guys' thoughts on Donte DiVincenzo? I'm a big fan of his. I think the kid's got a lot of skill, got a lot of heart, and I've said it before. I thought Donte DiVincenzo played a critical role for this franchise this past year, in a year that, was sort of a down year for the Warriors. So I thought he just was able to stay level-headed and do what they needed him to do, even though it didn't come to success. He was one of the few valuable veterans on this roster, believe it or not. So that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts. If you're a Warriors fan, how upset are you guys over our man Donte DiVincenzo potentially leaving?